I've been thinking about what you wrote to me. You wrote to me about feeling broken, feeling sad, feeling lost after your relationship ended. You talked about meeting a soulmate. You talked about feeling incomplete. And you talked about other challenges you're experiencing, such as illness and financial difficulty. And I thought I really wanted this time to speak with you. Do you have some time to speak with me? I wanted to share my feelings about the end of your relationship because I care about you and I think you're amazing. I think so many of the things you've achieved in your life are just amazing. I mean, if we think about your various achievements, they're pretty special. Do you ever think about them? Do you ever think about the things you've achieved in life? I think it's important to do so. You are an incredible person. You have infinite worth. There is so much value to your life. But one thing concerns me a little is I wonder whether you're defining your sense of self using the hurts you have experienced. That person you were going out with, and then the relationship ended. I'd like you not to define yourself according to their story, because they are simply living their story, and their story has nothing to do with you. You are responsible for your thoughts, your feelings, and ultimately your actions. And he or she is responsible for their story, their thoughts, their actions. They're living their story. And you have very little to do with their story. You have power over your thoughts. You define yourself, and you have so much potential. You know what? I think the notion of having a soulmate is a rort. I think it's almost an excuse for us not to live our best life. Because we sit or we tread water rather than sit. Perhaps we sit and we say to ourselves, when we meet our soulmate, our lives will be complete. It's not correct. We choose to complete ourselves. We may feel a sense of lack or a hole in our lives. No other soul can fill that hole, because the hole, where is the hole? The hole is within ourselves. Other people can fill their holes and we fill ours. That's the way life goes. If we do meet someone that resonates with us and we do get along with them, one of us is going to end up alone. One of us is going to die first. I mean, it's a fact. We, and we alone, can complete ourselves. I'm so sorry that this person has betrayed you or let you down or wronged you in some way. But are you going to allow yourself to be defined by their actions? Are we so weak that we are incapable of defining ourselves, that we need to wait like puppets for someone else to define us, and when they leave we have this gaping hole that only another person can fill? As animals, we are drawn to find a mate, but as a higher self, we know that ultimately, we can only complete ourselves through self-realization. Perhaps they misjudged you. Perhaps they were not honest with you. So what? That's their stuff. You are way too resilient and way too amazing to let that put a falter in your step. You've got stuff to do. You've got places to go, and you have people to help. Don't give your power away to somebody that just wastes it. We choose how to reflect upon the past, and we can actually choose to say to ourselves, oh my goodness, I'm so lucky to have that terrible relationship because it inspired me to become a better person. It inspired me or motivated me to reach greater heights, to climb higher mountains. I thank that person for misleading me, misjudging me, hurting me, being dishonest, because I am the person I am today because of them. Be grateful. Don't give your power away. And if you do give your power away, you have chosen that. And I think you are way too amazing to do that. I think you can achieve anything you set your mind to. And I think you can fill your own hole. I totally believe in you. And I think you had that relationship for a reason. And the reason is to motivate you to the next level, to self-realize, to get to know yourself, to grow in wisdom, to increase self-awareness, and ultimately to help the community. Never define yourself by something which has finished, which is over, which no longer exists. Define yourself by the present moment, because that is all that is real. Never give someone else the power to complete you. That is a fallacy. It is a myth. Any holes within you can only be filled by you. And there is excitement and a sense of self-discovery in discovering self. Nobody can discover you and the uncharted waters within yourself except for you. And that is the most amazing achievement in life, is to self-discover, and through that self-discovery realize wisdom, knowledge, and acceptance of others. If somebody hurts you, that's their story, not yours. How do we move through the hurt another person inspires in us? By doing and doing and doing. Only you know the answers. And you do know the answers. You've got this, my friend. You've got this. Perhaps you need to see a psychologist. Perhaps you need to diarize. Perhaps you need to keep a journal. Perhaps you need to do some volunteer work. I'm not sure. But what I do know is your path, your destiny, does not lie in resentment, in cradling hurts, in looking back, in carrying the baggage caused by someone else's stuff. That's their stuff. Meh. It doesn't matter. You have stuff to do yourself. Good stuff, meaningful stuff. And I can't wait to see the person you were destined to become. And no one else is the answer to your self-discovery, other than that person staring back at you in the mirror. I believe in you. Go gently. The answer is in soft lines. A softness of self-love for yourself and the lines of boundaries. I require boundaries. We only do the good stuff of self-discovery when we have boundaries around us. Fences, borders around us so that we can truly get to know ourselves in the moment as it is. I believe in you. I'm so sorry you were hurt. I'm so sorry that you were let down. But I know you've got great things to achieve and I cannot wait to hear all about them. You can do this. One little soft step with boundaries at a time. Boundaries are like markers marking your journey. Your journey is laid out. One step at a time. You've got this. Sit in your present, your glorious, amazing present by yourself. We do our best work by ourselves. Doesn't mean we have to be alone. It doesn't mean we don't have a partner. But we self-realize by ourselves, and then we have that sense of self to bring back to the relationship, to bring back to the community, to bring back to our family and friends. No one completes you but yourself. Your amazing, incredible self. You've got this, and you're okay.